Ready. Set.
Gamecast.
Welcome to Ready, Set, Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and Teddy Chinaris' birthday. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by Teddy Chinaris' birthday guest and friend, Darian.
Hi, I'm Darian. I'm a guest. A guest?
At Teddy's birthday party. And the birthday clown, Matt.
Hi, Teddy. Happy birthday. Woo!
What? Hold on. We're having Teddy's birthday party without him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's...
It's going to be great.
He was too cool to show up to his own birthday party.
I hear that's the trendy thing.
Yep. Now we start the podcast as we always do with a birthday song for Teddy. Happy birthday to
you.
Teddy.
Oh, I didn't know where that was
Happy
going.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Teddy.
Happy birthday.
And happy graduation too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
congrats,
graduated.
Teddy.
Yeah.
That's something that happens less often.
Yeah.
Well
He's
done,
having a
Teddy.
big week.
Yep.
Congratulations.
He's both older and wiser now.
I've had the honor and privilege to be able to just chat with him casually all week, and like the progression through the week, just talking with him, like a weight has been lifted. Teddy's in such a better mood. It's
He's
so
just
good to see.
Yeah,
Sane.
but then he's gonna enter the real world, and then the real fun starts.
I mean, he's always been in the real world.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a certain like safety net that exists when you're at college of knowing like, hey, I've got this like other stuff going on, but you've kind of got to like figure out what you're gonna do with everything now, and yeah, kind of like figure out your life. There's no more like I'm learning and stuff.
Yeah, but it's still a little bit less pressure.
I mean,
I always felt like there was a lot of free time because it was like, oh, I'll go to classes and
yeah,
then...
it's way you can skip classes. You just say, I don't feel like going today, and it's fine. But you can't skip work. They don't like that.
Yeah, they don't accept that.
It doesn't go well.
It's because you paid for the classes
Yeah.
at work. They're
Teddy
paying
didn't
you.
skip classes all that often, though.
But it's nice to know that you have the option. Plus, teachers will cancel sometimes. You can just be like, I don't have class today. The only time that I've had the luxury of going, I don't have work today, is when the entire town is shut down from snow, where you're like, oh, the town is gone.
Yeah, so when we had a really bad tornado in August, I was like, are we still opening today? And my boss was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, what do you mean, why not? Like, there are businesses 2 blocks away that don't exist anymore. What do you mean?
Well, they need a drink.
Yeah, he was like, well, we're fine. So, and then he was like, we're not going to be very busy though. So I'm only going to have 1 cook and 1 bartender come in. So it ended up working out really nicely. I made a lot of money that day. And we could only accept cash. Like, we couldn't run credit cards because our internet was knocked out because of the fucking tornado that happened the night before.
Well,
It's pretty great.
When your town's not being struck by a tornado, what games do you play, Darian?
So this last couple of weeks, I've been pretty busy with work and shit. So I've only really played Dead by Daylight and League of Legends, primarily Dead by Daylight, though. But they're starting a new event on League that I know nothing about yet, but it has something to do with the Nightbringer and Dawnbringer skins. And I don't know anything about it other than it has to do with those skins that are coming out.
Are they cool?
Are probably out. They're really cool. Yeah, actually one of the skins is Dawnbringer. I think it's Dawnbringer. I don't know. Dawnbringer Karma, and anybody who buys that skin, all of the money from that skin is being donated to charity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you think people will stop associating with me if I start referring to my outfits as my skins?
Probably.
Do you like my new
That's
skin?
gonna make somebody uncomfortable. Yeah, when I'm talking about League, it's fine. When I'm talking about League with someone who's not really a video game player, it's fucking weird. Like, oh yeah, the cosmetics, like.
Yeah, maybe if you like approach someone else and you're like, "Hey, I really like your skin. Where'd you get it?" Might not fly.
What the fuck?
Wow, we don't really see that kind around here. This must be a rare one.
Yikes.
And then you're like, they're gonna think
Then
you're,
you
like,
get
trying to
arrested.
cut their face off.
Because that's how you get new skins.
Yikes. Bryce, what games have you been playing?
I'm gonna let our guest take the lead with that and tell us what he's been
That's
playing.
not the order that it's in, though.
Well,
Yeah, I'm looking
we
at the
don't always
document.
have a guest, so that's the way it's in that order. You want me to switch it around the outline?
yes.
Switch.
Oh,
Put in a snap audio there.
yeah, which will totally lead into one of the games you've been playing.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap. No, Pokemon Sword.
Aw,
I wish I was playing Pokemon Snap a
that'd
little
be
bit.
cool.
I mean,
Just like, why isn't there a photo mode in like every Pokemon game at this point?
I'm sure people are made.
There is.
Is
In
there?
Pokemon Go.
Well, I guess you can take screenshots and you can go to your camp in
Yeah.
Pokemon. So
In Pokemon Go, you can take pictures of your
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
There's
Yeah.
I guess there kind of is.
Although I'm not a fan.
not quite
Like
as
you have
good,
to
though.
like wave your phone around and be like, okay, this is where the Pokemon can appear, and you look
yeah,
like
it's
a
kind
real
of
Koopa.
monotonous and it's very tedious to
Yeah.
get a good picture of your Pokemon.
I don't
Can you
mess
just
with it.
show up in the world already? One time I wanted to take a picture of a Wailord, and it was a bad decision because I tried to spawn him in the world, and everything went white, and it said, "You're too close to your Pokemon." Like, yeah, no shit.
You're
He
just, like,
spawned
under it,
on me.
like, getting
Like,
You were inside of the Wailord.
like, what the hell?
Yeah, Pokemon Sword, which is one of the two Pokemon games that are the same Pokemon game except for a couple of the Pokemon.
And the gyms.
Oh yeah, the gyms are right. There's one gym leader that's different.
Two.
Is it one or
Two?
two?
Two.
I think it's
the-
two.
In the
Spoilers.
It's you either get the fighting type or the ghost type. The sword has fighting, shield has
I have
ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
Or the sword has rock and shield has ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a pretty Russian-looking lady. She looks like a traditional Russian lady.
I got this really cool hardcover strategy guide, and in the front bit there's like art and stuff, and apparently the rock type gym and the ice type gym are supposed to be married with kids.
Oh,
Oh, cute.
interesting.
Yeah, they look real
Wait,
cute.
how does that happen?
Right, they're like in parallel universes where they
Yeah.
don't cross.
What?
The way that stuff works is confusing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's talks of apparently there's like higher gyms and lower, because like to become
Is it the one that has is it like just a blue outline of one and the red silhouette of the other, and there's like a little scratch?
What do you mean?
Is it this one?
The strategy guide? Yes, that is the one I have purchased.
Add to cart.
I have also purchased the Pokédex, but for some reason that doesn't come out till later. It's like, why?
What is it like, the Pokédex? Like
Well, I mean, there's the strategy guide book, and then there's a book with all the
a
Pokédex.
book. Okay,
Yeah.
I was excited about a device
No.
that was an interactive Pokédex thing, and then I was thinking, like, isn't that just your phone at some point? Like, they could do that,
Yeah,
and you get a
Google's
cool case for it.
Pokédex.
The weird thing, so the Rotom Pokédex in the game is supposed to be a phone, but I was like, which looking at the strategy guide, it's got the art and stuff, and you see the different Rotom designs or the showing off the phone. It's like you never really see them hold it like a phone. You always see it come
Yeah.
up sideways. So it almost just seems like a normal Pokédex. And the only time you really see them hold it like a phone is when they're on the train and like flipping through stuff. That's the only time they hold like a phone.
I wonder if it's just like a Switch implication to it. Like a lot of
No,
the Nintendo stuff, they always put like
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a phone because with the new Pokemon anime, they're going into like a Pokemon Go style deal.
Okay.
Because
What?
Ash is in it, and there's another character, and his name is literally Go.
Huh.
And they're supposed to be like equals and stuff.
No. No.
Okay?
No.
Originally,
This is not okay.
Originally, I was feeling that way, but like
Is it spelled like bow? Like instead of G-O, it's Geaux or whatever. G-E-U,
Oh.
whatever, however you spell bow.
It's probably like
B-E-A-U, I think.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how it's spelled because I don't know if
yeah.
that's going to be how.
Because that could be really stupid, but better than naming somebody G-O. What the fuck?
I don't know because
I hate this.
we just know about the Japanese stuff. Like you can watch the full first episode of the series in Japanese on the Pokemon's YouTube. But good news, this is a like bonus bit of news. There's actually a series coming to YouTube that focuses on the Galar region. Well, Matt.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up the name real quick while Matt tells me how he's been enjoying Pokemon Sword.
It's pretty good. I think I have 4 badges right now. I'm a pretty slow Pokemon player, so I think I'm a little over 30 hours in game time, but halfway through the badge progression because there's eight of those. I think it's really good as far as a mainline Pokemon entry. The last one I liked probably a similar amount was X and Y. And then, I don't know, I played Sun and Moon, but I never really got far in those, and I didn't play Ultra Sun or Moon. And I really liked Let's Go. But back to Sword and Shield, I think it's really solid, and there's a lot of Pokemon, whether or not they're new to this region or they're just like newer and I haven't seen them that often. I like, making my team way more varied because of that. So like I'll go through and be like, oh, I don't really know much about this Pokemon, so I'm going to check it out and add it to my team and do that kind of thing.
I have that issue where I'm like, oh man, it's Machamp. I love Machamp. We're old buddies. But then I'm like, shouldn't I like become friends with these new ones that, I don't know? So I'm
like always actively choosing ones I don't know over ones I've seen around.
Yeah, I always want to go with the old reliable ones from Gen 1 that I know, but then I'm like, no, I got to try this new guy who looks weird and stuff. But
did you guys catch
cool.
a Mudbray?
Yeah, they're all over.
Yeah.
I love Mudbray.
Yeah. If we're talking favorite new Pokemon, Corviknight's dope as shit.
Corviknight's really cool, and I didn't want him at first, but he's in my party now.
Corviknight's great. I haven't gotten Corviknight yet.
I got
have
one
the
from
middle
a raid.
one.
So I did like one of the the raids that you can see from the wells around the wild area, and it was a full evolution Corviknight. And
that's awesome.
Well, right now they've got the special evolutions, a special G-Max version of Corviknight, and
I thought it was Snorlax.
Is Snorlax gone?
Snorlax is right now.
Okay.
When the game launched, it was Corviknight. He's the water rock type. I can never remember his name. Corviknight's exclusive to Sword, but if someone in Sword invites people,
raid?
Yeah, raid.
Okay.
A
I didn't
special
know the raids were that way too. Yeah.
Yeah, special. Well, this special G-Max version is exclusive, but then you can invite Sword people, and the Shield one is the water rock guy whose name I can't remember, and then there's a third.
What? I need better description.
Right, yeah.
What does he look like?
Is it the turtle? Are you talking about Dreadnought?
Yeah, Dreadnought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Matt, you are so smart.
Well, he was one of the first ones I saw that I was like, okay, I'm adding him to my party because it's like shades of Blastoise or something, but he's got a big jaw.
He does have a big jaw.
I'm trying to think of who the third one is, which is available to everybody. But they starting in December, they brought out the exclusive Snorlax one, which I think is cool. It seems like they're going to be cycling in these special versions.
Like a bonsai tree growing on him, right? Like he's just laying on his back.
And I think it's cool that we're getting these special versions that are cycling through to kind of give you a reason to jump back in the game, even if you've like completed your Pokedex and did all that stuff. You can.
Yeah, and that's like, I'm only 4 of 8 badges, but I tend to try to catch as much as I can in each route or each patch of grass as I go. I think I'll probably try to complete the Pokedex in this one, since it's kind of manageable at 400, which like is a lot, but it's still, yeah.
I also really like the way they handle that, because when you go into your Pokedex, they kind of have like recommended, hey, go catch this Pokemon or go catch these 3 and they're going to be over here, and then it'll give you like, oh, you did it, and then once you've done those ones, it'll be like, here's some new ones to try.
Yeah, here's new suggestions.
Yeah, to kind of.
I like a lot of that stuff they've added.
Yeah.
Like, even type effects and stuff, like if you've seen it before, your Pokedex is actually useful now, where it's like you don't have to look it up, it'll tell you in the moment like this is super effective against this type, and it's like those kind of quality of life. So a little Pokeball icon, I don't know if that's really new, but it's like a red filled in icon if you already have caught it. While you're going,
I think your Pokedex will tell you if you've just seen it, or has always told you if you've just seen it or have caught it, because
right. But like even just on the battle screen, it's filled in, and you're like, okay, I don't even have to look it up. Like I know if I have it or not. And
I've finished Pokemon Sword, became champion, did the epilogue stuff, everything.
Wow.
But
now I know what's gonna happen.
There's an epilogue. But I am struggling with the Pokedex because of my love-hate relationship with the wild area. That it's cool that it's got all these Pokemon just wandering around and stuff, but so much of it is weather dependent that it's like you can only see this Pokemon in this small specific area under these specific weather conditions, and like there's one that is a Sword exclusive that I want to catch, but it only spawns on rainy conditions on the top left of the wild area, and there's only like a 2% chance of it spawning under those conditions. And it's like, so I just have to sit there and wait for rain to happen. And there are ways.
Yeah.
If you wanna be a cheater boy, apparently at the beginning, the first day of every month, the weather in the entire wild area will be the same. Every place will have this.
Okay. That's how that works.
Yeah. So, and depending, like, which month will determine what the weather is. I think in August, it'll be sunny everywhere, and December, it'll be snowy everywhere. But I've seen people be like, change your clock to this day,
right?
And you'll get the
wondering.
You'll get the weather you want. And I'm like,
I was wondering if it was related to like if you connect online, will you get different weather? Like it'll pull your area weather or something. I was like, oh, that would be because Pokemon Go does that. It's like sadly, it's hot outside. Be careful.
That would be cool, but sadly, it is. I don't know how they determine the weather, but I know that at the beginning of each month, everybody has that same weather.
Yeah, and then other games. I'll quickly mention Slay the Spire and Luigi's Mansion 3. I haven't played too much of Slay the Spire, picked it up on Switch. I've been playing a lot of Switch, I guess, over the past 3 years at this point. Good console. So, yeah, Slay the Spire finally came to Switch sometime this year. I think it's everywhere at this point. It's a pretty cool deck-building roguelite. As you progress, you're adding cards to your deck. Sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's kind of just bloating your deck. And you kind of build each run, and then you fight a boss at the end of each level. I think there are 4 in a run, and then you, I forget what it's called, but there's like, you go to the next level, and you can do that, I think, up to 20 times. So that's really neat. And then Luigi's Mansion, I had a ton of fun with it. I think it's easily the best Luigi's Mansion. I never finished the one on 3DS, but I really liked the one back at the GameCube launch, so I picked this up day one, which was Halloween, so that was fun. It was like a spooky thing to play on Halloween. And it's really well paced because it's kind of broken out into levels instead of just one big area that you're exploring, so you could easily sit down for like an hour, play a level, and then come back the next day and do another one and just kind of go through that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Then that brings it to me. Yeah, I've also been playing Pokemon Sword. I've also been making my way through the Outer Worlds. My girlfriend is apparently entirely disinterested in the Outer Worlds. So whenever she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go do stuff," I'll be like, "Well, I guess this is the game that I play," because like most games, she'll be like, "Oh, I'll watch and stuff if it's got a story and stuff." But the Outer Worlds, she just does not care. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll have adventures with all these cool people. And God, I love the interact. Like the world is so cool. I mean, the world is cool, but like the characters, you get like 6 companions. I think you can unlock. And you can take 2 of them at a time on when you're traveling and stuff. And I love hearing them talk to each other as you're walking around and just like, going back and forth about stuff. And then, of course, when you're having conversations with other NPCs, they can chime in. So one of the characters that you can get, you find him like in the first town you go to, is a vicar, a religious person who believes that the entire universe is basically a giant equation, and he's just trying to figure out like the numbers and stuff. And once you do, you'll like know how everything works and blah 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 blah. And we came to a town where the people were just like, oh, the universe is just chaos and we're just trying to like, exist in it and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna go back to the ship, I'm gonna go get this dude, I'm gonna have you guys talk. And just like I went grabbed him and went back and was like, tell me about your teachings. And then the vicar just had a back and forth going, and I was just like, I love this is what I was
just like watch it play out.
And at any point, I could have just interrupted them, but there was always an option of just like let them keep talking. I'm like, yep, I want to hear them try and like do it.
Are you a big fan of the like Bethesda style RPG, like I guess I don't know what to call it, first person RPG?
You
games?
mean like Fallout and stuff?
Yeah, Fallout, like anything in that same vein, right?
I like the first Fallout, but like the other ones have never really clicked with me. I did not get very far in Skyrim. Fallout 4 I bailed on pretty early.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, this is I've heard it talked about of like, this is Fallout but better. They made it better. They made it like good, because this was made by the people who made Fallout New Vegas. And I always heard like the companions in Fallout New Vegas were really good, and I didn't play New Vegas, but the companions in this game are really good. There's a character who, one of my companions, is trying to ask another girl out on a date and stuff, and I have just been like very invested in her like character arc and stuff. Like she needs help at one point. You take her to a bar to like talk her up and try and get her like emotionally ready to talk to this person. And then now we're trying to get food for the date, and I'm like, I gotta, I don't know, save these people and stuff, but I'm like, where do we go to get this food? We're gonna get she is gonna find love. I don't care. Like all the characters are amazing. I find myself like completely, once I've exhausted every side quest I can find, then I'll go do the main quest.
Right. That's always how I tend to play pretty much any game like that, and then I burn myself out within, like I'll dedicate probably a dozen hours to it, and then I'm like, all right, I've played a bunch of this and gotten nowhere. And so I don't know, like trying to gauge if it's like for me, because it's a shorter game too, right? It's only like
I've heard the game takes 18 hours. I've spent way more with that,
right.
Probably because like you could probably do the main quest in 18 hours, but I've been grocery shopping for the, my companions and stuff, and exploring their arcs and stuff. And I've just found myself wanting to play more. And I think it's because you're not wandering aimlessly. Like there's a bunch of planets to explore, but they're tight. You're not wandering around in the wilds or anything. there's specific places you always know where you're going and what's going on, so you're not just looking around. So there's plenty of side quests and stuff to do, but it's like little snacks on the way. You eat a little snack, you enjoy it, you're on to the next one. And so I don't feel myself getting burnt out. I just feel the craving to play more and experience more of the Outer Worlds.
Cool.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on, right. That was the other thing I was about to say. Yeah, it's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
I don't have Game Pass yet, but I every day I'm like, I have a PC. I don't have an Xbox, but it's worth it still, right?
Game Pass Ultimate, you can get the 3 months for $1 right now, I think. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's stupid not to have it right now.
What you can actually do, from what I understand, so Game Pass Ultimate is more than normal Game Pass, but what you can do is go buy a bunch of like normal Game Pass prepaid cards and stuff. So you can go buy like a 12-month normal Game Pass, then do the thing of like, oh, I would like Ultimate Game Pass for $1. It'll convert all of your normal Game Pass to Ultimate Game Pass. So you'll get, you'll now have 12 months of Ultimate for the same.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can save money that way. So when I've not playing the Outer Worlds, when my girlfriend is not distracted, we've been playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And that game is cool. It's Dark Souls. It is a Star Wars Dark Souls. You literally go rest and the enemies are back, and it's like this does not feel what I expect of a Star Wars adventure. And a lot, there are stormtroopers and stuff you can slice down in one hit. There's plenty of stormtroopers with guns you can slice down with one hit. Stormtroopers that are meant to be melee enemies, well, sometimes you'll have to break their guard to be able to take them down. And then there's plenty of bigger creatures that you're gonna have a lot of dodging and stuff to do. But it's cool. I'm curious where the story is going. I have a feeling about one of the characters, and the entire time when they're doing stuff, I'm like, okay. Also, can we stop putting Saw Gerrera in things? Who gives a shit about Saw Gerrera? Saw Gerrera was the most boring thing about Rogue One.
Which character is that?
He was the black dude that was in Rogue One, and I don't remember. I only saw Rogue One, but I remember that they were the planet they were on was gonna blow up.
Is it Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what he looks like now, at least. Yeah, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah. No one cares about Saw Gerrera, but they keep putting him in things.
It was probably just like a tie-in for the timeline or something, right?
I mean,
how many black characters are in the series?
In general, I mean, there's at least one of the
handful.
One of the main characters. I mean, Lando obviously is a Star Wars character.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
All right, there's one in each of those trilogies.
There's one?
Yeah.
Perfect.
One of the main characters in Fallen Order, there's a black lady in there. Because the crew, there's you're a white dude. Then there's an alien guy, and then there's a black lady. So, but yeah, Saw Gerrera is just he shows up and he's like, I don't care about, put somebody more interested. Honestly, we went to Kashyyyk. He's just there as a freedom fighter and stuff on Kashyyyk. And I'm like, give me Chewbacca. He can he will sound exactly like every other Wookiee, but just put the name Chewbacca next to him and I'll be like, yeah, Chewbacca. I don't care about Saw Gerrera. Stop putting him in things. He was in an episode of Star Wars Rebels as well, and I was like, why are you doing this? I don't care about his backstory.
Man, Bryce really hates it.
I just actively don't care about him. But it's interesting. I'm curious where the story goes. I've heard people on Twitter saying that the back half of that game goes really interesting places, so I'm excited for that. But they just put out a new patch for the game, and I was like, cool. I've been noticing a few glitches and stuff. There was a part early in the game where I like went to do a jump and I phased through the wall. But now the game is just freezing up on me all the time. And I'm like, this is the opposite of what a patch should be doing.
Yeah.
So I'm playing on PS4, the base model, not a pro or anything.
I've started avoiding games on my base PS4, and instead, like, if I can get it on PC, I think... So I haven't played Control yet, but it's like the same idea. Like, I heard that it wasn't great on the base model, so I have a Steam link because they sell them for like $1 every year now. And like, I think I want to get it. So it's not on Steam though, it's on Epic. So I want to get it from my PC to my TV in my living room, but I don't know the best way.
There's ways to cheat it. You open Steam with the Steam link, and then you just minimize Steam and open up the game, and then you're controlling the game. I've done that with other games that aren't on Steam, but if it's like a turn-based game, the Steam Link and such tend to work well, but if it's an action game, I'll run into issues where it just might
laggy or something.
Yeah, it just has issues. So I would love to do that, but for something like that, especially for like the beautiful nature of it, I was like,
right.
And for games I'm playing for my girlfriend's benefit, I'm like, well, I got to play it on the TV, and playing it on console is the best way to do that. So, because I've heard the same issues with both Control and Fallen Order. I'm definitely got to play Control. It was IGN's Game of the Year.
On the Star Wars note, this is news kind of, but just, did you guys see the Fortnite Star Wars stuff?
I knew it was happening. I didn't know what happened with it, other than I guess they got lightsabers and chopped each other.
Yeah, it was just kind of neat. Like I watched some streams of it. It was just neat to see in the moment. Like they had a live conversation, I guess, between like Jeff Keighley was a hologram on the stage, and then J.J. Abrams had a character skin in the game, and then the Millennium Falcon like flew in and landed. They played a clip that was like 30 seconds long, and then it took off, and TIE fighters like swept over and like chased it out. And then after the clip, there was a chest on the stage. Everyone voted for what color lightsaber they liked best, and then your character got that color lightsaber, and then everyone was just like hitting each other with lightsabers. It was a crazy big fight.
Wow.
But it was a neat, like, their world events are just really interesting.
I jumped in for the Marshmello concert. I was like, well, I gotta see what the big deal is. I was very underwhelmed by that. It was like there was a thing there with Marshmello singing, and he was like, everybody do your dances, while people were just running around shooting each other.
Right.
And I was like, this is not great.
They've evolved it to a point now where it was like you could hold right click or something and the camera tracking would be done for you. So like you followed the Millennium Falcon as it flew, and it was like really cinematic looking. So it was like, all right, they've kind of, stepped it up a bit with these.
I guess, but at that point, are you playing Fortnite, or are you just...
Well, it's like, the limited time of it. You're not playing, you're logging into Fortnite because there's this event going on. You're not logging in to play at the moment.
Yeah, it's a weird way to present stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely...
I'm very outdone with Fortnite. It was interesting. Unless they release the Save the World mode free to play, I want to try that. I don't want to pay the money because that was supposed to be the Fortnite game that they said they were making.
Right.
And then they made way more money on this one, and they're like, this is Fortnite now. That we don't know what you're talking about.
Like, that's not even on Switch. Like Save the World's not even on the Switch.
Yeah.
And it's still called just Fortnite. But I'm interested to see, like, I guess the next step for these events. Like, are they working towards some, like, not Second Life, but like an MMO or something like that, where there's this persistent world that you can have those kind of events in, that is this weird crossover between all sorts of, like that's what they were saying on stage at the Game Awards, is like a place for all IP and all that kind of thing,
That's would be weird.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one last game that I've picked up, but I'm going to let the expert tell you all about it, because I have not been playing as much of it as this other person. So special guest transition. Haha.
Howdy.
Hello, guest.
Hi. I'm the special guest of the. I guess there's 2 special guests this episode.
I'm special?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
But hi, I'm Aaron. I'm the editor of the podcast. So
Aaron.
I'm involved with the behind the scenes of things quite a bit. And yeah, I've been playing Ring Fit Adventure. It is a fitness adventure game for the Switch. And I have been playing it. I've played it 5 days straight so far. Well, obviously not the whole days, but it starts off with basically just asking you questions about your fitness level and like how active you are, which I am not because I am a freelance video editor. So I sit at a computer all day and I'm at home, so I don't move very much. So based on like the questions and stuff, it'll determine like the difficulty of the stages that you do, which is pretty cool. And like the duration as far as like how long you do the exercises for, how many reps you do, and blah, blah, blah. But so in the actual like adventure portion of this game, you go to different worlds and you do like different stages in each of these worlds. And then of course they progressively get a little more difficult each time you get through a world. So the first stage is pretty chill. There's only like 3 worlds, I want to say, in it. And there actually is a story, like a storyline to it too, where your character finds this ring in the woods and there's a voice coming from it. And so you pick up the ring and then you're supposed to pull it real good and you release this insanely muscly steroid, I don't know what, dragon looking guy. And his name is Drago.
Yeah, he's a buff dragon.
Yeah, he's insane. Absolutely insane.
Drago for Smash.
That'll be it. That's the one. That's the last one is Drago. And so then Ring actually comes to life and he's like, no, Drago's released. We gotta go get him. That's bad. And so you just go along and complete these worlds by doing various exercises with your ring. And you also have a leg strap on your left leg that kind of like detects like how high your legs are being kicked up and stuff. And so you just go through the world and it'll tell you certain exercises to do to destroy enemies that you encounter along the way. And to actually move your character, you actually have to jog in place and like to progress through the world. And there are times where you actually have to like run. Cause like I'm on world 3 now, so it's getting a little bit harder. And there was a stage that I did where there were conveyor belts that were going against you, so you had to like really pick up your knees and get and to try and get through it. And there's also like water that you have to run through that you have to pick up your knees real hard to get through it as well. So that's kind of like my experience with the game wise so far. And overall, I really enjoy it. I do think it's really fun. The first day, though, I was a bit discouraged, but that was mainly for personal reasons because I'm like, wow, I am so out of shape. It's like, this is kind of frustrating.
Do you feel sore after like the next day? You're just like, oh yeah, I could feel that.
There was a little bit of soreness, but it wasn't too bad because when I told the game, I'm like, I don't exercise at all. So after about, I want to say between 11 to 15 active minutes, there's a little timer in the lower left corner that just counts the minutes that you're active. So not the minutes that you're playing, but the minutes you're actually doing exercises and stuff. So usually between 11 to 15 minutes for me, the game will actually pop up and we'll be like, that seems like a good spot to stop for the day. You want to stretch and, take a break. And there was one time I did say no, because in the stages there are like little mini games you can do and like treasure chests you can go and open and stuff. And I wanted to just do those real quick. And when I said no, the game was like, it's great that you're having fun, but don't overdo it. So they're
don't die.
Yeah. They're definitely stressing, like go at your own pace. It's okay, if you take a while, which I really appreciate. And one other thing that I do really like is that while you're doing the exercises and like when you're done like destroying a bunch of enemies or whatever, Ring will actually say like really positive things to you. And one of my favorite things that he says is, your sweat is beautiful and shiny. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Ring.
Wow.
The Ring creeps me out when he talks. I've been playing it too, and it's just... I don't know. When Ring is talking, I'm just like kind of creeped out.
See, I find his stuff very encouraging, and I'm like, thanks, Ring. You're really nice. It's like, you make me feel better about not being so. He's
like always super wide-eyed though. He's just like,
yeah,
you're
that's
doing
true.
Great.
He's like, you're doing real good.
Yikes.
Okay. But no, I like him. I think he's pretty cool, and. Yeah. Oh, and there's like different power-ups that you can get, like when you make smoothies, and actually if you wear different workout outfits on your character, you get like perks to that too.
It's got those like RPG elements into it. Like there's a gear attributes and like power-ups. And...
Yep. And the combat's like turn-based, so you can pick like certain exercises to affect certain enemies based on their color once you get to a certain point of the game. And so there's actually a lot to it, and there's a ton of different modes, and I've only done the adventure mode, so I can't talk about the other ones all that much. I just know they exist. And but I'm hoping to stick with it though, because I think just this little bit of activeness for me will help a lot, and it's a fun way to do it. And that's about it.
I think that's like what they want from it, right? Though, it's like a fun way to inspire you to get into it. And then like if you want to take it further, like you could get whatever, more serious about working out regularly or something. But if like for me, it's totally just like, I should move every once in a while. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good fun way to just make yourself a little bit more active than what you were, and it's better than not doing anything. But and I don't remember if I said this, but the soreness was minimal. It's like I was only feeling like a little, like the next day I could just tell like I was working muscles that I don't work very much. It's like it didn't hurt, but it was like, I can feel them. It's like I can feel that there are muscles there. So that I guess that's it for my experience with Ring Fit Adventure. It's fun. Try it out.
You'll have to come back and update your progress. You're like,
I'll be ripped like Drago.
I just punched Drago and he went flying.
This is what happens when you play Ring Fit, guys.
Just doing lunges. Yeah.
Preparing for my next workout with my shiny, beautiful sweat. But okay, here's Bryce back. Have fun.
Here's Bryce.
Have
Here's
fun,
your
y'all.
Bryce back.
Bye, Aaron.
Bye.
Bye, Aaron.
That reminds me of one more game I've been playing. I got Atlas, the Toys to Life game with the Star Fox in it. I just played a little bit, but Starlink, that's it.
I just had to look over at the box.
Yeah,
I haven't played it.
I love that. Star Fox is only in the Nintendo Switch version, but he is legit part of the story. He's fully voiced. Him and his companions are fully voiced. They're like part of the story. They're full cutscenes and stuff. I'm not sure how I feel about the game, but I was able to get this for like $10.
Yeah.
So I was like, just in terms of the quality of the ship. And so the ship is worth $10 and the game's fine.
Yeah, they're all on like super discount, and they've only made like the one set of toys for it, I think. So I've been contemplating like, should I just try to buy a complete set of the Starlink toys and keep them boxed for some reason? I don't know why, but I'm just like, should I just try to buy all of those for like I'm never gonna use them, but
But so the Nintendo one comes with Star Fox, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to get another ship. And it was cheap. The cheapest way for me to get another ship was to buy the starter set for PS4, because I could get the starter set for $10, and that comes with the default ship for that. So I've got that ship too. But I haven't played it since I just messed around with it a little bit. But it's the kind of the flying's pretty good on it. I'll say that much. If you can find it for $10, which is pretty easy, it might be worth checking it out. Toys to Life is cool. # bring back Disney Infinity, damn you. But now that we've covered every video game that's ever existed, Darian's going to tell us about a new video game that we can play eventually.
Yeah. I mean, we don't really even have that many details on it at all, just that it was announced.
It's coming. I mean, that's a big detail.
Yeah, BioShock is going to return in the next gen consoles. And it's led by a new 2K studio called Cloud Chamber.
Yep.
They have 2 locations already, and they're pretty excited about it.
It sounds like it's some of the people from, who used to work on the other BioShock.
The quote says that many responsible for BioShock's principal creation, end quote, were brought on to work at Cloud Chamber. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
A lot of the original people are going to be, or many of the original people are going to be.
Yeah,
there. That's exciting.
BioShock's a really cool series, so I'm excited for more of it. So they've done underwater, they've done in the air. Where do they go next?
Space. We talked about this.
Oh,
underground, but not underwater.
This was a question once.
I could see underground.
Underground would be cool.
Yeah, you go through mines and shit.
Yeah, there's like a volcano.
That
like molten.
That was the one.
Wait, here's a twist. Just in regular everyday life.
Oh.
It's just going to be normal.
Just at the mall.
Just a normal city.
BioShock at the mall.
It's Black Friday.
Oh, shit.
That's
why it's okay killing people, I guess.
There's a big lighthouse in the middle of the mall, and it's the game.
There's always a lighthouse.
Yep. But that was the one big piece of news we got until the Game Awards came. And did they bring some awards and games? So
yeah.
some people wanted to talk about who won the Game Awards, and the winner of the Game of the Year was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I haven't played it. Darian, have you played it?
Mm-mm.
Matt?
No. The only Souls-like game I've played is Bloodborne.
I've never played a game by that whole studio.
It seems cool. Those games are just never my type.
What's the name of the studio?
From Software.
Thank you. I've never played a From Software game.
We're gonna cut out the whispering, so it just sounds like she knew all along.
No, please don't cut it out.
I'm gonna shout out some other notable awards. Art direction went to Control, which, from what I've seen of that game, yeah, that is a really cool looking game. I'm very excited to play it. I'll probably play it on PC because it seems to have issues on PS4. Content Creator of the Year went to Shroud. I've never heard of any of these people.
I thought it was gonna be Teddy.
Shroud is a big PUBG, or he was a big PUBG streamer. Now I think he's something different, and he was the second notable person to be signed over to Mixer.
Yeah, he was their second big acquisition.
Speaking of that, I love that there was 3 people who made a big announcement of them staying at Twitch. Is because they probably got like cash money for it, like the Mixer people did, but they made a big deal like, I'm not going anywhere. I love Twitch, as because they were probably paid it for exclusivity contract.
Yeah, I think it was that same idea, right? Like they are signing with, which is cool. Like that's what that's what's come of basically what Ninja did by going to Mixer.
We're kind of in a weird like streamer wars thing going on.
Yeah, they're like sports agents or something, getting signed and
kind of. Esports Game of the Year went to League of Legends.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Let's see. Disco Elysium looks cool.
It does.
But you can look at all of that stuff on the internet. Find out if your favorite game won an award.
Kojima won director.
I'm mad because Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, and that was my Game of the Year.
I think it was nominated for Role Playing Game of the Year, but did not win. And
it was nominated for like 2 or 3 different categories. One of them was music, which yes, I agree with. But yeah, I don't think it won anything.
No. The Outer Worlds was nominated for a lot of things and didn't win any, which kind of surprised me.
Yeah, that game got a lot of traction.
Yeah, it's really cool. It does a lot of things really cool, but not one thing amazing.
Sure.
So, and that's probably why it didn't win any specific thing. But one of the biggest announcements from the show, I think, was kind of a stealth drop of, hey, here's the new Xbox.
Yeah, it was like cut to, was it a commercial or world premiere or something, something like that. Basically cut to ad.
Yeah, it was doing a big thing, and I was like, what game is this? Is this...
they showed some like landscapes and stuff. I was like, oh, this is going to be Halo. Cool, they're going to show us a new Halo teaser. And then it was like, there's a Forza car or something. I'm like, all right, I guess, this is a new Xbox. Yeah. That's what this is.
Yep.
And then it looks like a PC tower.
It's a box.
It was a rectangle. And I think that makes sense. It's like, okay, it's meant to be that PC thing, right? Yeah. It's your game console is now a PC. They're calling it, or pushing it to be the most powerful console. Let's see, what does this little list say? 4 times the CPU speed of the Xbox One X, which was currently the most powerful console, right?
Yeah.
Designed to be quieter than the Xbox One X. That's good.
I mean, it's always nice to have a quiet. I want to get a new PC just for it to be quieter, because I think having a quiet console is nice.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of people are giving it a hard time about, like, Microsoft a hard time about naming. But
yeah. Once you go through that stuff, I want to say that I don't love the name.
Okay. Well, okay, you want me to go through the list of things?
Yeah,
okay, dedicated share button, which, controllers have that now.
Yeah, with the way, I think PS4, the way, you can go like, I made a cool screenshot, and now it's on Twitter. I think that's a really great feature.
Full backwards compatibility.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty neat.
It's supposed to apparently go back 4 generations, so basically.
Which I think the name really signifies that too. And then the thing I didn't know about it and didn't see before this was can pause resume multiple games simultaneously, which that's pretty neat.
Wait, so like I can switch between games?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like just,
It's too bad God of War is on PlayStation or I'd jump ship.
I wonder how much of that's like related to their cloud stuff, because like that's kind of what Stadia in theory is too, right?
Oh God, Stadia.
But we don't talk about that.
We didn't need to go.
They did such a big ad for Stadia during the Game Awards, and I was like, that ad looks so bad compared after the launch, and everybody's like, it's bad. I was like, oh no, it's none of these things. What the stuff you're showing off, it's bad.
But the name, I don't know. I really like the Xbox Series X name. I think it makes sense because it's like, okay, they're not deviating from, like, it doesn't signify that it signifies your games will work on it, right? It signifies backwards compatibility will work. I think the Series X makes sense because it's like, okay, here's our high-end luxury, Xbox or whatever you want to call it. It's like, if you wanted the $700 Xbox, it's probably this, right? Like it's the low-end gaming PC or in your living room.
The new games aren't going to work on the Xbox One, so you're going to need the Series X. Like, I feel like this is going to have the same issue that the Wii U had, where people are going to go, this is another Wii. This is a thing for the Wii. And Series X just makes it sound like, this is just in that same Xbox One thing.
Are they not gonna support the One X or the Xbox One anymore? Because I feel like they might.
I mean, at a certain point, new games are gonna only come out for the Series X, because
it usually takes a few years for that, though.
I think typically the first year you'll have it go back and forth because they're co-developing, but at a certain point, you like, to make the game to use the full power of the Series X, you have to develop it to only use to only be on the Series X.
PC games come out, right? And like their minimum specs, right? If your minimum spec is what an Xbox One is.
Yeah, that you could probably do both. But at a certain point, you're going to want to go past the, where the minimum specs exceed the deal.
But at that point, the price point will have changed enough, I bet, that like the Series X whatever there'll be a better version of that even, right?
We'll see, but I really feel like this is a Wii U type deal, because I honestly, when the Wii U was first announced, I seriously thought it was just a tablet for the Wii, and I think a lot of people thought that, and that's why it failed. Was because
I think that naming scheme was bad.
Yeah.
But I think Xbox has consistently used Xbox something in their name.
I mean,
so I think they're okay.
PlayStation has used PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
And this is the new one. This is, so saying that just having Xbox in there makes it clear, I don't think it's true. I don't see this going well, but I will see, because here's the thing. I think
if it's as fluid as... Like, in my mind right now, they're pushing towards their cloud stuff, which in theory allows older Xboxes with a good enough connection to play better looking games, similar to like the Stadia idea. And then they're also supporting backwards compatibility. I think there's some level of Xbox is an ecosystem with multiple price points. It doesn't matter which one you get. You can still play the games. It's just how much do you want to invest? Well, I think that's kind of the direction of it.
I think this is supposed to be it's the next generation. Like we've been existing in kind of these half-step things, but I think this is supposed to be the next generation. So it's going to be like there's a cutoff of games, and I think that the reason this name I don't think works is because next holiday season this comes out. And little Timmy is like, Mom, can you get me the new Xbox? And she goes to the store, and there's probably Xbox One's going to be still on the shelf, and there'll be the Series X. There'll be Xbox One X's and Xbox Series X, and you're expecting the moms and the grandmas and stuff to be able to parse this?
I'd expect them to ask the employee, hey, what's the newest Xbox? And that employee to know. Yeah, for sure.
Because when the Xbox One first came out, hello?
What?
Isn't that already a thing? Isn't that what we call the first Xbox
The Xbox
now?
Was just,
but that's
why they called it the
Xbox
one,
360? Their naming scheme has always been fucking terrible, and people have been able to survive without it. It'll be fine.
Sure, but the first Xbox and the Xbox One were not on the shelves at the same time. So
sure, still, it'll be fine.
I don't know. I think the Series X is the distinction, because I think you'll call it the Series X.
I don't like
in casual terms.
I don't like it. People are gonna still call it the Xbox.
We all agree it's gonna be called the Xbox Sex.
Yeah, the Sex Box.
Yes, it's the Xbox Sex, and it's going to be great.
No! No!
I've got an Xbox. It took me forever to get one because I'm a PlayStation person. My biggest hope for the next Xbox is that they make the UI better. Because God, I hate the UI. Me and Teddy had a back and forth about it, but I mean,
because you just said you're a PlayStation person. Well, like theirs is not great either.
No, PlayStation's interface is so much cleaner than Xbox's.
It's easier to interact with.
I know like I loaded up the Xbox to play Outer Worlds, and I was on the Gamecast screen, and I was like, oh God, what screen am I on? How do I get to the game? What am I going to do? And I was like, oh wait, it's one tab over. I'm good. I'm fine. But I was so scared.
It gets, the Xbox confuses the shit out of me.
But
because the PlayStation menu is just like linear, just like, what do you want? Media? All right, here you go. Here's all your streaming services. Oh, you want a game? Okay, here you go. Oh, you want to look at your saved shit? Here you go. Here's all the settings. But on the Xbox, it's like it's trying too hard to be a computer.
An interface, yeah.
And I have a controller to use it. Yeah. So it's just a little bit more confusing. Like, I'll figure it out, but like, it's going to take me a little bit longer.
Well, maybe you'll have a reason to figure it out with a new game that's been announced for the Series X.
Well, it's okay. Yes. Okay. Let's get hype because Hellblade 2 is coming out. The full title of the game is Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and it's really exciting. It looks bomb as fuck. It didn't really give you a whole lot of information, as
She's
teasers
just real
do.
pissed off now.
She's just really angry, and there's a Nordic compass, and it's really cool. And
There's some sort of, like,
hype. Huh?
ceremony going on. There's like
What?
flames and things. And
Oh yeah, there's like a big giant guy in the trailer, and he looks scary. And then they start something on fire that looks like an angel.
I kind of got the feeling that like she's going to war. Like she was kind of trying to like figure her stuff out in the first one, and now she's like going to war.
Now she's good. It's gonna be the Picts versus the Nords because she's a Pict, and it's gonna be great.
The end of Senua's Sacrifice just kind of left me confused and stuff. So it's like when I saw that they were making this, I was like, really? Like I was so confused by the ending that I'm like, I don't even know what's going on with Senua right now. I finished it and I'm just confused.
She did it. It's fine. We don't really have that much information on that either, but it's coming out on the as a launch title, I believe, with the Xbox Series X. I think they're supposed to also release it on the PC at the same time. And that's exciting.
I hope they build this one for VR because they released a VR mode for Senua's Sacrifice, and I played it. I went through the little opening sequence where you're on the boat, and that was so cool to do in VR. And then the second I got control of her, it got real motion sickening for me because they built it for flat screen deal, and like controlling the camera was not built with VR in mind. So I would love
Microsoft doesn't have VR hardware though that they want to support, so it's probably unlikely.
I mean, if they're, maybe the Hellblade people are like, fuck it, we want to do VR.
They're backed by Xbox now too, though.
No.
Right, they're owned by Microsoft now.
Microsoft has an AR headset. It's not on. It's not on
It's
Xbox.
AR.
Yeah, you can do VR stuff with AR.
I think Phil Spencer had comments not that long ago about like VR and just it's a niche market was kind of what he said, and we don't have anything right now for that.
Well, we'll see.
Anyway,
it'll be cool if they do it. I doubt they will, but it'll be cool if they do.
more announcements. A bunch of League of Legends shit was announced. They announced a single-player game called Ruined King, a League of Legends story, which is set to take place in Bilgewater, which is their pirate place. And it's got something to do with the with Thresh and his lantern and stuff, because a bunch of spirits got out. So that'll be really fun. I'm really excited about it.
We saw in that one cutscene where the girl came back.
Senna.
Yeah. Although no, they got sucked back into the lantern. In that one.
Originally the story was, so when Lucian was released a few years back, his story was that he is seeking vengeance against Thresh because his wife Senna died, and is now trapped in Thresh's lantern forever. And Senna came out recently because she broke out of the lantern because it's a lie, apparently. Lucian's backstory doesn't fucking matter because Senna's here now.
I mean, he broke her out. He did it.
No, she broke herself out, I'm pretty sure.
He shot.
They were battling, but she was fighting to get out from the inside.
I don't know what was going on in the lantern, but I thought he shot the lantern and it shattered. Every lot of stuff came out, and she was one of them. And then everybody got sucked back into the lantern, but she managed to stay out. I watched it. Becker shared it with me. I was like, look at how cool this is. And I was like, okay. It's cool.
Yeah, they make
and then she explained to me what it meant, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
Yeah. Well, they changed Lucian's backstory, and it's cool that Senna's around. She's really strong and really cool. But this has nothing to do with Senna and Lucian. This has everything to do with Thresh and Bilgewater, apparently. It's going to tell the story about the Ruined King, which is actually somebody who's been in the lore for a long time. There's an item that's been in the game since forever called the Blade of the Ruined King. So this is exciting. We might get some lore on that.
Are you gonna play it?
Nameless important character.
So
What?
League of Legends is now telling their stories outside of League of Legends. How do you feel about that? Are you gonna play these other games?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pumped.
Without a doubt.
Because my only knowledge of League is from TFT. But it seems like a cool enough thing. It seems like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of characters, that's for sure. So it'll be it's cool that they're expanding into other avenues. Like they have a couple of their own internal games. They have these games that are third-party studios that they're working with, right, to make these. So that's pretty neat.
Well, so Riot Forge is just like a sub studio of Riot.
Oh,
No,
I
I
thought it was like they were finding teams. Riot Forge found teams.
Riot
and
Forge
worked with
is
them.
Riot Games' new publishing brand, which will work with other developers to create more games within the League of Legends universe, is what the article says. So it sounds like, it's other developers that are being published by Riot Games making.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this is, I don't know who the developer is.
Airship Syndicate
Yeah, never
for
heard of
Ruined
them.
King.
I have no. Which is known for Darksiders Genesis. I've heard of Darksiders. I've not heard of Darksiders Genesis.
Never heard of that game. But there's another Riot game, Riot Forge game, I guess. It's another League of Legends based game. It's called Convergence, and it's going to focus on Echo and the Zon location. Both of these were announced during the Game Awards. This one is being made by Double Stallion Games, and it's going to be on the PC and console, and it's going to follow Echo. And he is a guy who can change time. He can like travel back in time, but only for like a few seconds. So it's gonna expand upon him and his universe, I guess.
Every character gets a game.
This
Is
one's
that
gonna
the
be
idea?
a single player like platforming game, I guess. And you're gonna explore the streets of
Is it going to be
Zon.
like a Metroidvania, something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think we know. We just know it's a platformer. I think that's all the only details we have on it.
Right.
But, I mean, yeah, it kind of seems like they're trying to give many of these characters their own stories. Like, there's the anime that's going to focus on Jinx and her sister. There's this game that's, the one focusing on Thorax. Like, it seems like every character is going to get a spotlight in some form.
They're making big moves with that. And that's crazy.
One day they were like, for longest time they were like, we're League of Legends, we're a MOBA, this is the deal. And then one day they just flipped a switch and like, we're everything now. We're a fighting game, we're a card game, we're in your home, we're everything you want.
If I can get an Alexa device
we're an
that
Amazon
sounds like
site.
a character in League of Legends, that's it. I'm doing it.
Remember when they released Skyrim for Alexas?
Yes.
They should do
played
that for
that.
League.
They should. Oh my god.
What there was other announcements. There's a Fast and Furious game that looks PS3 graphics, I'd say. It doesn't look great.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was gonna say PS2, but it's a little bit better than that. But the one that made me go like, I'm gonna play this, is No More Heroes 3. I love the way they introduced this. It was like a little like E.T. Anime type thing, and I'm like, what is this, E.T.? What is this? And then E.T. creature came back, and he was a real rude boy. and then Travis Touchdown showed up and is like, fuck you, I'm here now and we're gonna stop him. And I'm like, this looks dope. The villain looks scary as fuck, and I'm excited to chop him with my lightsaber. So be excited for that. I've never played No More.
Hell yeah.
I've never played a No More Heroes game, but I want to play this one very much.
I think the second one didn't review all that well, but it is on sale right now on the Switch. During their Game Awards sale.
Oh, I didn't know it was on the Switch. Interesting. Okay, well, this brings us to the time where we thank the people who love us enough to stick around through all of this. Our Patreon
Even the
producers.
last time we doxed them.
Yep, especially that time. Patreon producers, I would like to thank Aaron C., you may have know of her, Andrew Feistner, and Dragons Lucas for helping support the show. If you would like to support the show and be a Patreon producer, you can go to patreon.com/lastgeek and press all the buttons and put in your credit card information and high five the screen, and it'll be real cool.
Type your credit card information into a private message to the Patreon page.
Yeah.
I promise that's how you do Patreon.
That would be great. Just post as a comment on one of the posts. It'll go well, I promise.
It'll be great.
But we appreciate you, and you help us make cool content and pay for hosting and software and stuff. Topic of the show is dead, but now in its place, we have Christmas wishlist time. Tell me what you want for Christmas, Matt.
Ooh, I asked for an Instapot for cooking purposes. No, Darian's shaking her head. No, she doesn't want an Instapot.
Those things make me so fucking nervous.
I mean, yeah, I'm a little nervous about it, but if it can cook things quickly, I'm all about that.
It's the hot new crock pot.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I have
good
a crock
with my
pot.
hot old crock pot. A regular normal crock pot that's not pressurized. It will not accidentally blow up in my face if I fuck up somewhere.
Other than that, I don't know. I feel like I'd be happy with like an eShop gift card, something like that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna use this eventually anyway.
Money is the greatest gift that they could give you.
Yeah, and then like if you want to specify it to a particular store that I'm gonna like, even like groceries or something, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna use that. Like,
Darian, what's on your Christmas wish list?
I don't know. I want dice.
ooh,
From Kraken.
nice
Specifically from Kraken. I don't like other dice now. Kraken ruined dice for me.
huh?
Kraken and Chessex.
Is there a specific like scheme you want, styles you want?
Pretty colors.
I like pretty colors. I have a lot of dice, but I always take more dice.
Fun fact, the Adventure Zone has made a board game, and right now they're doing...
Yeah, I saw you tweet about that, and I dug for like 15 minutes trying to find a link to it, because if you Google the Adventure Zone board game, it's just a bunch of articles about the new game coming out and not a fucking store page for me to buy it.
Oh, I'll send you a link later. I'm subscribed to the McElroy mailing list, so they sent me the link from there. But I got the deluxe edition, which apparently comes with 6 special dice, which I'm excited to see what those look like.
It's 4, I thought. Unless there's...
I don't remember the specific amount.
I found the link.
Oh.
The deluxe component upgrades include the metal round player assist tokens, a fantasy Costco 3D card holder.
That looks so
that looks
cool.
Super cute.
Yeah.
And then it says 4 additional 1.4 inch custom D20. Those are big D20s. Holy shit.
I don't know how many the base version comes with, so.
Well, let me find out.
So I think it might be 6
Let me click on
total.
that for you real quick.
What's the normal?
This comes, so 1 dice. The player assist tokens are just, I imagine, just cardboard.
Yeah. So with the deluxe edition, you'd get 5 dice.
You get 4 dice.
Well,
4 additional. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Hi.
Math.
I'm Darian.
Quick maths.
I'm anti-math. No, you get 1 dice, and then you get 4 dice. Not 5. It doesn't say 5.
You get 4 plus 1. Well, you get 1 plus 4.
We're not doing math.
Okay.
That's strictly against math.
Okay, for sure, I want a drone, the Mavic Mini, which is apparently the size of a phone. I want to get into the drone stuff. It'll make my vlogs real cool. Go to YouTube.
Drones would be cool.
Go to youtube.com/lastgeek to check out my cool vlogs. And God, I have a Amazon deal of like, here's the stuff I want, but it's so hard to like figure out stuff that I'm not just like if it's something cheap, I'm just like, I'll just buy it for myself real quick.
Right.
So, and then if it's too expensive for me to not just buy it for myself, it's too expensive for them to buy it for me.
I'm totally with you on that at this point in time. It's like, yeah, it's not something I'm willing to ask for because it's too expensive, and then otherwise, yeah.
I think the thing that is on my wish list that is like most likely for someone to buy for me is a Bowser Jr. plushie.
Okay.
Because that's on there. Yeah, Christmas.
Is Bowser Jr. your favorite?
Yeah. He's so cute. He's a rude boy and he's small and he's cute and I like him. I want to play him on Smash. He's who I play on Mario Kart because Mario Kart doesn't really matter what character you pick.
Yeah.
But I want to play him on Smash, but I'm just not good at his deal. So we fighter for life. We sword fighter.
I always pick Waluigi.
That's a choice.
Waluigi's bae.
We do not have any questions or comments, but if you would like to submit some for next time, readysetgamecast.com/submit is the link. What are the 3 options that they can submit to us, Darian?
Question, comment, or your favorite Smash Brothers Ultimate character.
Oh, okay.
I was surprised by that one.
I don't know why. The questions made me think of the Office, and then I wanted to say, I have a question, and then go, who do you think you are?
Okay.
Which is from Michael or Toby's exit interview with Michael, and he gets him the rock. It's just a rock with the post-it note of like "suck it" or something taped to it.
I have not watched that. I watched The Office once.
The Office is so hard to get into in 2019.
Oh my god. Just watch it. It's right.
Just watch it.
It's fine. It won't be on Netflix in like 2 months.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity.
I gotta watch it again.
Well, if you want to watch content, you can go to lastgeek.com for links to the podcast on all your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on YouTube. I do want to recommend people use Spotify because apparently, you know how Spotify does the wrapped thing for you at the end of the year of like, here's the cool music you listen to. Apparently, podcasters get that where they're like, here's who listened to you. Like you had listeners in this many countries and stuff.
Oh, fun.
And I like that. And I want my Spotify wrap to look real cool. So if you're looking for a cool app to use Spotify so I can get cool stuff.
Yes, Spotify is great.
They've been pushing their podcast
everything.
games too lately. They've been pushing podcasts
ever since they opened it up.
Really hard.
Ever since they opened it up to everyone, Spotify has been a good place to listen to podcasts.
Spotify's great.
Yep. If you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful. Ring fit. Don't forget to review us. It's cool. Other Last Geek stuff you should check out. The merch store exists.
My butt.
Buy this shirt.
Check out your butt? Is that what you
Check out my butt. I'm on that shirt.
I'm wearing the Ready Set Gamecast shirt. You can be wearing the Ready Set Gamecast shirt or hoodie or other material. It's cool.
I went through this really weird line of thought, like, God, I wish we were on a hoodie. And then I realized not only are we on a hoodie, but I bought one of those hoodies, and I haven't seen it in a while.
Did you give it to somebody?
I don't know what happened to my Ready Set Gamecast hoodie. I also have 2 Ready Set Gamecast t-shirts because the first one has a hole in it.
Oh, okay.
You need to update your wish list.
You also have leggings, but apparently the leggings no longer.
They're so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
they're the worst. You should just take them down. Don't trick somebody into getting the leggings.
T-shirts, hoodies.
Yeah. Blankets. We got blankets. We have posters.
Blankets are cool.
I very much recommend the posters. I've got them hanging up in my living room. They look real dope. Monster Prom Part 2 is out on YouTube, and the Patreon, if you're a Patreon, the Let's Play is currently Who's Your Daddy, which is a game where one of us plays as a baby and tries to kill itself, and the other one wants that to not happen.
I've seen
and
that
it's a
game.
daddy.
I gotta watch that.
It will be up for everyone in January, but $1 on Patreon will get you access to it right now. We have vlogs out. There's a lot of them. I just find them on youtube.com/lastgeek. That is all of the roundup. That's all the news. That's everything you need to know, except for one more thing.
Oh, man.
Where can people find you, Darian?
Oh, in hell. No. Twitch.tv/dexterity, except my streams have sucked lately because I've been working so much that I'm just tired all the time, and I'm sorry. Just come hang out with me, say hi. You don't have to watch any longer than that. Just come say hi.
Just come to the chat, and say hi, and then leave immediately.
Just come say hi and leave, and we don't have to talk about it. Twitter.com/dexterity, DEXTERIDEE. Motherfucker.
Fun fact, the renewal for dexterity.com just came up.
Wow.
Like I just renewed the domain.
Oh.
Yeah. I own,
Bryce bought the domain.
I own Darian's URL.
Joke's on him. If I rebrand, it's not gonna be shit.
Matt, what's your handles? What's your cool URLs?
You can find me at Dilbert Pickled. So Dilbert, spelled like the guy in the comic, pickled like pickle with a D on the end. All one word. I think that's pretty much across the board. Twitter, Twitch.
Are you like a really big fan of Dilbert?
No, not. I mean, I think it's entertaining enough. I don't know. It was my PSN name, or Dilbert Pickles is my PSN name. So I don't exactly know the origin of that, other than I was trying to find a good PSN name at some point along the way.
And you were like, you just looked around and you saw the Sunday comics and a jar of pickles.
I don't know. I think some people have also associated with like Rugrats and like Tommy Pickles, and his little brother is Dill. Yeah. So in theory, he's Dilbert Pickles, I think, or something like that.
I think his name's just Dill Pickles, so it's not Dilbert.
I don't know, but I got the name, and it was.
Don't worry, we'll look this up really quick.
Okay. It gets good reactions in lobbies online, and people will call you Pickles or
it's short
Dilbert
for Dylan.
or whatever. Ah, Dylan Pickles.
His full name is Dylan Prescott Pickles.
That's a heck of a name.
DPP.
You can follow me on Twitter at LastGeek. You can follow me at youtube.com/lastgeek. You can follow me at facebook.com/lastgeek. Follow me at mixer.com/lastgeek. Twitch.tv/lastgeekplays.
You're so full of shit.
Hey, can I
follow you on Mixer?
Yeah, I'm on there.
I made a Mixer account after King Gathalion went over there. I finally bit the bullet and did it.
I made a Beam account. When it was still Beam.
Wow, OG.
Yeah,
I'm going to find Bryce on Mixer right now.
I had Beam. Maybe that's why I'm having such an issue making a Mixer account. It's because I had Beam and I don't know the login information for it.
It's probably your Microsoft account. If you have,
mine.
I don't know the
was a
information for that
Microsoft
shit
account.
either.
Okay, yeah, because mine. Yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody what my login is. Yeah.
Why not? Dox yourself.
Go to lastgeek.com for links to cool stuff, and thank you for enjoying all the content. Is this the last one of the year?
Wait, what's Last Geek on Mixer?
Yeah.
Got you.
Mixer.com/lastgeek.
It is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last episode of the year. Thank you to everyone who has watched this year. We really appreciate it. We went to some cool cons. We had some great experiences. We met some of you, and it's because of your love of this podcast that we thought that was a good idea to go travel to Seattle and go say hi. So we really appreciate you enjoying this content.
Are you going to any cool cons in next year?
We're not going to PAX East. Not next year, at least. I'm thinking I'm going to Disney World in 2021. You should just come to that.
I mean, okay, that's something I could get on board with.
It's apparently Disney World's 50th anniversary next year. Or not next year, 2021.
Oh no, they're gonna be so busy.
Dude, they're gonna have a special Star Wars hotel that is like, it's basically gonna be like a role-playing event that's gonna happen at the hotel. It's called the Halcyon. It's gonna be real dope. But
All right, I gotta go.
until that happens, I just want to say, we'll see you in 2 weeks, aka next year,
next decade.
Yep. Bye. We'll see you next decade.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Bye, Matt.